What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Ben, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. In the last episode, a giant bird came and kidnapped our sister, so we did the logical thing and joined a band of pirates in an attempt to save her. In this episode, we're gonna hang out below deck with this cool guy. Oh, well now, ahoy there, Swabby. As of today, I'm your superior Nico. Now, I promise I'll go easy on you, so you do as I say, okay? Right, now, first off, you have to take the test all new pirates have to take. It's a bit of a doozy, so get ready. You watch everything I'm about to show you real careful like, so you can cram into your no doubt mushy swabby brain. Hey, my brain's not mushy. Okay, well maybe a little bit. First off, you gotta press this switch. This is the only easy part. Just walk up to it and yes, okay, we know how to press the switch. It's really not that difficult. I like his buck tooth, it fits him really well. Now check it out, after the platforms rise up from the floor, you gotta jump on them. Dang, this just gets more and more difficult as it goes on. Do I have to make that grunting noise too? Cause I don't know if I can do that. Okay, so I was able to make the jump to this first one myself, but the next one is too far, right? That's when you gotta do this. Oh boy, is it more grunting? Yep, there it is. If you jump right at the rope, you can grab onto it and use it to swing. Swing until you get close enough to the next platform and then let go to jump onto it. Okay, sounds easy enough, I suppose. So, do you think you gotta do it? You have to swing from platform to platform and try to get to the entrance of that room over there. Here's the problem though, Swabby. The platforms only stay raised for a little while, so if you don't get there by the time they drop, you have to start over. That really doesn't seem that difficult. I think I got this. It will probably take you at least 1 year before you're good enough to make it all the way here. One rough year, one tough year full of bumps and bruises. Of course, if you manage to do it faster, I'll reward you. Now give it a try. This ought to be good for a chuckle or two. Someone's not confident in our ability at all. Well, first things first, we're gonna go and reset the room. I'm not sure if the timer starts when he presses the button or not, but in case it does, we might as well just reset to be sure. Now this is really easy, guys. Basically all you want to do is jump at the general area where the rope is. Like, unless you miss it by a lot, you're pretty much guaranteed to get it every single time. They do give you a lot of grace room though. You can skip a few of the platforms if you want to, but as you can see, we already did it. What? You did it already? Yeah, we showed you. I'm proud to have you as my underling. Alright, promotion from Swabby. I'll take it. I wonder if it's okay to just give that to him. I don't see why not. I doubt I'll get busted. Alright, Swabby, I'll tell you what. You can have the treasure in that chest over there as your reward from the great and generous Nico. Hurry and take it before someone comes. You know, Nico, you're kinda sketchy. Not gonna lie. But I'll take your stuff anyways because I am not against that. Alright, so inside this chest we have, wait for it, these spoils bags. This is kind of one of those items where you just put other stuff into it. Holds 8 things, so it's kind of cool. Hey Link, we've reached the 4-second fortress. Hurry and get up here. Oh, well that was quick. Alright then, Nico. It was fun, I guess. But we'll see you later. We're gonna do cooler pirate type stuff. You just stay down here and guard those barrels. Make sure they don't roll around or anything like that. I honestly don't even know what Nico does, to be honest. I think they just have him aboard to just sit there.
Come on.
Hey, Link, here I am, up here. All the way on top of the crow's nest, huh? Alright, well, let's start climbing. If you look to the left, you can actually see the Forsaken Fortress already, and dang, it looks menacing as heck. It's pretty cool. What were you doing with Nico? Nothing. Don't tell me you were playing some stupid game for treasure. Were you? Dang, how'd you know? Well, whatever. There's something you need to see. Have a look over there. That's the cursed isle known as the Forsaken Fortress. Now watch this. This is something I always thought was funny. Like, you know how far away it was before? Now it's like a lot closer, even though it's like the same angle or whatever. There are all sorts of strange rumors about this place. What I do know is that long ago it used to be used as a hideout of a no good group of pirates we used to compete with. But they were just small time. Now the place looks like it's pretty dangerous. I'll say for sure. Ah, I knew it. Look. Where? Over there. By that window. I see seagulls. Have you ever seen so many seagulls flock like that before? I'll bet anything that this is the place where they've got your sister locked up. But it looks like the whole place is under really tight guard. This won't work. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near landing there. What do we do now? You're the pirate. Think of something. Oh, she's got an idea. I know that face anywhere. And now we're in a barrel. Well, this is just not looking good for us. You know, Link, you get yourself some really bad situations. Look, don't struggle. If you really want to get into a dangerous place like that, this is the only way to do it. Trust me. We pirates do this all the time. Don't worry about it. It'll be a piece of cake. You do this all the time? Really? Is everyone ready? Never you fear, kid. We're pros. We're gonna launch you good. 3, 2, 1. Lift off. Bye, Link. I like how they're waving to him. Link, you better duck in that barrel, because this is gonna hurt. Ouch. Oh no, my sword. I need it to kill people with. How could this get any worse? You know, I spoke too soon, because it just got worse. Now we're all the way at the bottom of the Forsaken Fortress. Great. Now the Forsaken Fortress is, half a dungeon. You'll see what I mean later on. For now, let's just try and get our sword back before we do anything else, really. We are going to need that to defend ourselves with. Your sword landed all the way up there? Shoot, I'm sorry. I apologize. I guess my aim was off a little bit. Ha! The look on your face. Priceless. Something's in my butt. Ha! I slipped a stone in your pocket just before I fired you over there. It's no ordinary stone either. I can see what you're doing through this stone, and obviously you can hear me through it, so if you see this button, you better press it, yada yada yada. Alright, you put this on our quest status screen, great. Hey, but listen carefully, I need this back after you save your sister, so don't go losing it, you understand? Alright, then down to brass tacks. The courtyard is awash with searchlights, so they'll see you right away if you just go charge in. Better think it through. Alright, so obviously the gimmick of the Forsaken Fortress is going to be stealth, which is why they have these barrels literally all over the place. You can pick them up and hide inside them, much like Solid Snake can inside a cardboard box. And we can use these to sort of sneak around and hide from the spotlights. Now there's 2 red rupees in the center right here. These aren't required, but there's an upgrade in the HD version of this game that you can get fairly early on, but you need a lot of money to get it, so I'm actually going to go out of my way to try and get these, because normally I wouldn't even bother. I mean, it takes too much time, and 40 rupees early on in the game normally isn't worth that much, but in the HD version of the game, it could be the difference between getting this upgrade early on or having to wait a little bit longer, and trust me, you'd rather get this early on. Now, if we can get past these spotlights, I'm going to try and make my way towards that staircase that we saw before and get up there. If you don't want the rupees, you can just make a run for it, and you should be able to make it on your first try without a barrel, but we got to wait this one out. So come on, spotlights, be nice. Alright, we should be able to make a run for it. And yeah, I'm going to play it safe here. I'm not sure if any spotlight actually goes over me or not, but I don't want to risk getting caught. Now, normally getting caught is a bad thing because they throw you in jail and then you have to escape, but there's a little trick you can do if you get caught and thrown in jail. I'll probably show it off since it does save a lot of time. It doesn't really skip any portion of the dungeon. It just allows you to get back to where you were before you did the trick. So it saves you a little bit of time. I don't know about you guys though, these spotlights are pretty dang annoying, and I would really rather not have to deal with them the entire time we're exploring this area, so what do you say we go and turn them off? Now, since we don't have a weapon, we kind of have to make do with what we got. Thankfully, the game designers were nice enough to leave me with this pot of decky sticks. Now, what I like to do is, throw it at this guy. I totally forgot about this cutscene. 1 second. There we go. If you throw the pot at this guy, it actually gets rid of his weapon right off the bat. And then all you have to do is pick up one of these decky sticks and, well, beat him to death with it. It's fairly easy, and do I get anything good? Nope. you're lame. Whatever. We got rid of the spotlight, so that's good. There's 2 left. As you can see, there's the ladder to the next one, but we can't actually reach it from over here. So we have to go back and around, which is okay because that gives us a chance to actually pick up some items while we're here. Now, there are like 4 classifications of items that you want to keep an eye out for when you're in a dungeon in Wind Waker. There's the specific temple item, the generic temple items, treasure charts, and pieces of heart. Now, the Forsaken Fortress doesn't have a specific temple item, unless you want to count the sword, but we technically already had that. It does have the generic temple items. Speaking of which, we just got the map. The compass is still out there somewhere for us to pick up. Real quick, right up here, though, is where you get thrown into jail if you do get caught, and your escape route is right on that back wall. But yes, no, the Forsaken Fortress does not have any treasure charts, and it does hold 1 piece of heart. We will be collecting that piece of heart very, very shortly. That's partially why I showed off where the jail cell was, because that trick that I was talking about earlier makes use of going back up to that jail cell right after you grab a piece of heart. Before we do any of that, though, we're going to go and turn off this second spotlight. Now, where is that? Oh, there it is, all the way in the corner. Well, that is not good. Alright, now one thing that you can do against these guys is, if you pull your shield and block their attacks, I think eventually they, like, give up and drop their weapon and try to, like, attack you with, like, a melee attack. But that doesn't appear to be working, so screw that. We're just going to attack him offensively then and beat him that way. I thought that's how the defensive combat worked, but it's been a while since I've done that, so whatever. He's already dead. Anything good? Ooh, a joy pendant. Now, these go into our spoils bag. They don't mean much right now, but just keep in mind that you want a lot of them. So every time you see a joy pendant, go and collect it, at least until, you know, we use them for a side quest. Anyway, now that we've taken out this second spotlight, there's only 1 left. Before we can go and take that one out, though, let's go and grab that piece of heart that I was talking about. It's back in that room where we got the map, except it's on the 1st floor, so we're gonna have to jump down, like, right over here. I suppose it doesn't really matter where you jump down, actually. There's a switch behind all of these barrels, which opens up this cell, and inside there's a really cool looking chest. Now, every time you see one of these, it's basically something important, so always go after them. And inside is our very first piece of heart. Now, there are 44 of them in the entire game, so we have 43 more to collect. That's gonna be fun. Honestly, though, the piece of hearts aren't, like, that big of a deal, because most of them are minigame based or side quest based, which actually does make them kind of fun. Now, this is actually where I'm going to get myself caught. That way I get put back up to the 2nd floor. So, yeah, they kind of throw fire on you for whatever reason. I don't know how that's a good tactic to capture someone, but who am I to argue with the logic of a moblin or whatever. So getting out of jail is fairly simple. All I have to do is jump on this bookshelf, move this pie out of the way, and this little, like, hole that you crawl through will take you to the other side of the cell. Very poor security, if you ask me, but it's good for us because we can get out of here. Now that we're back on the 2nd floor, we should just be able to go all the way around to where that next spotlight is, because the Forsaken Fortress is basically a giant circle. So if you're on the 2nd floor and just stay on the 2nd floor and go all the way around, you'll eventually get to where you need to be. It's like pretty difficult to get lost in here. As long as you remember to go backwards first to the end to grab the map, heart piece, and turn off the spotlight, and then go forward, you should be fine. Right over here we have the 2nd generic temple item, which of course is going to be the compass. Now that we've got that, it pretty much completes the Forsaken Fortress for collectibles. The only thing left that we need to get is our sword, which we'll get a little bit later on. For now, let's worry about turning off that final spotlight, which I believe is actually right out here. Yes, it is. You know, I never understood these cutscenes. Like, they seem rather pointless. I mean, I guess they show you where you are in relation to, like, the center of the Forsaken Fortress, but it doesn't really seem necessary to me. Anyways, the last spotlight is right up here, And hey, our pot of deco sticks is actually near us this time. Hooray! We might actually be able to use this. Alright, let's get over here, and, well, that didn't work at all. Fantastic. Well, there goes the element of surprise. I guess we'll just beat him to death then. I mean, what else are we gonna do? You know, Link is kind of like a crazed, like, sociopathic killer. If you can just sit there and beat someone to death with a plank of wood, there's something wrong with you. I'm just gonna put that out there. Alright, now that we've got the last spotlight done, and we've got most of the collectibles, I think that's where we're going to end off this episode. So if you enjoyed it, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.